Okay, folks, now we're really cooking. We're getting into our fifth and final focus point. And this one is all to do with taking the power phase, blending it into the recovery, and then incorporating it in what I call the stretch, catch, and pull. Now, what's happened with most people on this recovery aspect is in the old S pull, with their hands going in, out, and back down here, a lot of people have what's called a high elbow recovery. And that would mean they lift from the elbow and shove the hand back forward. Well, the problem with this is you do that a few million times, and you're going to really tear up your shoulder. And we're not going in and out and back. We're not getting stuck back there. So a better and more efficient way to do this would be to pull straight back, feather the hand out into the recovery, back into a stretch or a glide or extension before we start our next pull. So let me demonstrate that again. The hand comes back, fingers are pointed down at the bottom. When the fingers can't point down here at the bottom anymore, you're pretty much done with the power phase of the pull, and out it goes into the recovery. Now, I don't know about you, but last Olympics, I was watching the arm recoveries of a lot of freestylers, and really pretty much anything goes. So the most important aspect of the recovery is it needs to be relaxed. Now, a lot of people force their recovery or spend a lot of extra energy. Recovery means rest or relax. So really focus on emphasizing a feathering out to get yourself from not being stuck back here, feather it out into the recovery and into their stretch, catch, and then pull. So we're going to have Tim demonstrate that. Tim is going to do a stretch, catch, and a pull with a slight overhand recovery. Nice and relaxed. Nice and relaxed. There we go. So that's one modification that you can do when you're on the Vasa ergometer. Now, another way to kind of work on this is to do the underwater recovery, which would be just the catch and recovering back underwater. Both of those are really effective ways to get a lot of power out of your pull. Now, something I want Tim to try right now is to go back to the old S pull and do a high elbow recovery. And when I start seeing Tim do this, the first thing I notice is, A, it looks a little bit painful, but B, everything starts slowing down because by the nature of it, he's going a little too far back and pinching at his shoulder. So let's go back to the relaxed underwater recovery, accessing a lot of pull. Make sure that you try and let yourself lean or stretch out when you're starting to get this focal point. Something else I want people to notice is that when Tim is on the ergometer, his back is relatively flat. And by the nature of this machine, that's what's going to be occurring. I found that with almost all swimmers and triathletes that many people have way too much rotation. And rotation is not really what we're going for in swimming. What we're looking for, most people tend to take a roll for their rotation instead of a stretch or a reach. So actually training on the ergometer with this flatter scapula and this nice wider pull, you're going to access that nice power, the early catch, the vertical forearm that we're looking for, the wrist, the whole package, and an actually easy recovery that's going to allow you to stretch, catch, and pull your way to a faster stroke.